So, have you ever played Celeste? Well, I'd hope so if you're watching this video, because in order to make your own map, you gotta take a look at what sleek and beautiful game design looks like first. Also, how are you gonna expect to know what all of these things do without ever experiencing them? On the safe bet that you've actually played the game for a reasonable amount of time, unlike some people, then you know what you're getting yourself into. You took a look at dream blocks and dash refill crystals and thought, what would happen if I just... Oh my god. But to get to that point, there's so much, literally so much to learn. Fortunately, to dish out all of this info, we've got Corker900 collaborating with us to make a sick-ass map. So get comfy. This rabbit hole goes pretty deep, but also reflects a whole nother side to the Celeste community that doesn't get nearly enough attention or credit. And we're gonna learn how to be a part of it by getting through this new series I'd like to call Map Along With Me. Look, you're gonna have to take whatever last you can get because this is gonna be a long journey and it will be a very rewarding one. But first, we've got a sponsor on the channel, and it's me. Well, anyway, I've been making Celeste speedrunning guides over the last few years, but in order to keep these videos from literally being endless, let's be honest, they're already longer than we'd like them to be, I have to cut out some explanations that go into even more detail for some strats. And that's where Patreon comes in. I've got multiple tiers in place to help you every single month with a particular section of the game. For instance, Red Division has got you covered for any checkpoint per month, Yellow Division is for any individual level, and the list goes on. You'll also get access to a section of my Discord where you can hang out with the other patrons you see here. I owe a lot to these patrons for their incredible support in my content, so if you want to get your name up here among other benefits, join in at the link in the description and join my Discord while you're at it. What, do you not want to talk to me? It's okay. It's fine. I get it. But seriously, join my Discord. Alright, thank you so much for your time. Now back to the video. Step 1. Let's start with the absolute basics. You've got your Celeste video game on your PC, and that's great. We need more. Alongside Celeste is this handy-dandy application known as Olympus, which is your door to the world of Celeste mods. It also happens to be the door to the primary tool we're gonna need, Lawn. See, now the series title is funny, right? Laugh. After installing Olympus and opening it, all you gotta do is click on this button, and click this button, and launch. Welcome to emptiness. Actually, if you right click and hold, then you'll be able to see that you've been launched into a map. And if you zoom in into this first bit here, you'll see some pretty familiar rooms. We're in Summit, but we don't want to be here. We've got our own creative juices we want to flex. So go up to the top left, click on File, New, and if you get this pop up in the bottom right, just ignore that and whoa! True emptiness. The first predicament is the obvious one. How can we be creative if we don't know how to operate this thing? Any friction in our creative flow will make mapping a whole lot worse, so let's make sure we cover the easy stuff. We need a room to stand in. There's a tab called Room, and it's got 3 options. Easy enough, just click and oh god. Okay. Want to know what the most important part of this page is? The name. Do not underestimate this part. The game can be unhappy with us without some good conventions to follow, and we will be unhappy with us when trying to organize our brains. Keep it simple. If it's the first checkpoint of your map, use the letter A, followed by which number room of the checkpoint this is in. In this case, 1. And finally, the name. It could be whatever you think is descriptive for your map, which is why mine will be named Example. A01 Example. Beautiful. Let's see how this room looks. Yep, that's an empty room, all right. Again, you can drag the screen around with right click and zoom in with your scroll wheel. Theoretically, we could try to hop into this room right now. Except... So before wasting our time with that, take a look at the top right. This is the whole world in your hands, and it's terrifying. What's not terrifying is clicking on Brush, clicking on Cement from the right window, then drawing a perfectly straight line. God damn it! Hold on! We have options. If we click on Circle, whoa. What about Ellipse? Whoa, it's just circle but can be any roundish shape. I did say ish. All right, here we go. Line. Rectangle works too, I guess. Lastly, we need a place to live and die. So we go to Placement, click on the search bar at the bottom right, type in player, And hey, look, that's you. This is probably one of the most useful entities you'll be using, so give that one a double click and it'll be favorited when you clear your search bar. Now that you've got your spawn point placed on solid ground here, this is where the magic begins. Go up to File, Save As, and before naming it, we gotta do some boring stuff. This is your file path for all of your Celeste mod shenanigans. I demand you not just toss this file into the mod folder ether. The more structured our folders are, the less confused the game will be, the less errors you'll run into, and the less friction you'll have with the learning process. So just bear with me. We're gonna be hitting this new folder button a couple of times. First hit, name it whatever you want your mod pack to be named. Multiple maps and other fancy bits can go into one of these folders. We're gonna call it Example Mod. Shocker. Second hit, name it Maps. This is non-negotiable. Third hit, name it your username. Fourth hit, make it the name of this specific mod. In this case, it'll be Map Along With Me. Yes, we are fully committing to this bit. Also, just keep the name simple by using only letters and keeping it in Pascal case. Now, no more new folders. This is where we gotta name our map. This is where the journey begins. .bin. Once it's been saved, now you can jump into Everest through Olympus, and before searching for the map, let's make our lives a little bit easier when it comes to future playtesting. Go to Mod Options, and under the Everest Core tab, enable Debug Mode by setting it to Everest. That way, whenever you're testing, you can just jump into Debug from the menu without needing to worry about your files. Now you can click on Debug from the main menu, then press up or down until you get to your mod, which is named rather poorly. Don't worry about this for now, just look for the familiar folder structure we use to store our map. And look at that, perfectly boring. But it's there. Before we hop out of here and get a move on with the series, there's one last thing I gotta tell you about. Here's a fun, efficient, and necessary way to start testing out your map. Have your map and the editor open at the same time. Now, throw a seeker in there by going to Placement, Entities, and typing in Seeker. Throw that bad boy in there, go to File, Save, or hit Control-S, and boom! Let me know in the comments if you got killed by the seeker, please. Thank you. You can see that we can update our edits in real time with Lawn by just hitting Save on our session. Opening and closing Celeste every time would be too much of a hassle to test map changes, so now that point of friction is also gone. With that out of the way, there's a secret second thing I gotta mention, which is I gotta edit the next video. But at least you've got the editor up and running, and surely there will be another video coming soon. If there's another one in the playlist already by the time you're watching this, go get a move on. You've got much more to learn. But if not, you're ready to start exploring. There's plenty of not as creative things we got to take care of, like map metadata, knowing the difference between an entity, a trigger, a decal. Decorations are their whole other thing. Oh, but we'll go over that too, don't you worry. We'll even try to go over some good map making tips and tricks along the way, especially if you find yourself struggling to keep the creative juices flowing. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is start throwing in entities like there's no tomorrow and experiment with all the objects Lawn has to offer. We'll be back with more modding tutorials, so if you're feeling generous, a like, a subscription, or even a follow on Twitch goes a long way in keeping up the momentum with producing big series like this one. Let's get this Celeste modded map making journey started! Thank you for mapping along with me. Bye-bye!